answer another question. Hopefully I'll do an okay job with it. I don't know. We'll see. Someone asked me, how do we help white progressive people understand the damage of and stop performative white wokeness? Whoa, that's a lot. First of all, probably not going to have a lot of success doing that. This is like strictly based on my experience. I can't speak for anybody else. But I think that the thing that I have seen that has been the most effective is when white folks call other white folks out on claiming the term ally. That seems to be a really effective way to push back on people who think that, like, they're woke, which, as an aside, no one's using that word anymore, okay? So if you're still using that word, that already tells us everything we need to know about you. Yeah, I would say that, one, it's hard for me to speak to this because I don't think that I put, I keep a lot of people at kind of arm's length, right? So, and it's not, it's just for like safety for me. Like, I know that I can't automatically trust people. Even people who claim to be allies or like who want to be good people, right? Because people don't, in terms of like race and marginalized communities, like more broadly, white folks especially, like they don't know how to triage, right? So this is something that's really important to me in terms of having these kinds of conversations where like white people who want to do well don't know how to do well and won't necessarily like listen to people of color say, whoa, like slow your roll. So I think that there is like a need for like white translators, if you will, white folks who have already worked through enough of educated themselves on the social construct of race, how that has benefited them, and that's huge. Let's just like get that out there. Like that's huge. Like even getting to that point is a really big deal. And this is like super, super rambling, but I would say that like pushing back on people who like kind of co-opt the term ally. If you're using woke, like you're definitely not woke. Yeah, I don't know. I would say like, if you're in like a specific organization, like in a specific setting, I would say like defer to the people of color, like who are there with you, before pushing back. So yeah, I mean, like this is hard for me because I don't necessarily like, I try really hard to kind of keep people like, you stay over here until I know you're safe, and I'll be good. So yeah, that's kind of what I would say. I apologize. This is like the most rambling answer ever. It's hard, you know, if a white person chooses not to listen to you, they're like not going to listen to you, and there's nothing you can do about it. That's been my experience anyway. So, yeah. Thanks for that question though. That was awesome. And hopefully I will come up with a more interesting and informative response as time goes on. So, really quickly, because people freaked out on me about this, I need to tell you a story. So, Eric Metaxas is like this author. He's like this Christian, like fundamentalist evangelical Christian author, and he is he like worships Trump. He wrote a biography about Dietrich Bonhoeffer in which, if I recall correctly, he claimed that the most important thing about Bonhoeffer was that he was anti-abortion. If you don't know, Bonhoeffer was executed for trying to kill Hitler. So I don't think the most important thing about him was that he was anti-abortion. Anyway, so this guy is like a grade A kook, and he was hobnobbing like at a dinner with President Donald Trump, who, again, he like adores this man. Like, why? And also, he is really hot, because I just have a thing for like old white guys. I was born this way. Leave me alone. So I tweeted at him, I tweeted at Eric, after Eric said that there wouldn't have been a civil rights movement without evangelicals. Hello, ahistorical history lesson. Nice to meet you. Yeah, so what we currently understand as like the religious right, people that are opposed to abortion and like gay marriage, whatever, yeah, so the original issue that animated them was opposing desegregation in public schools, okay? These are not good people, and they sure the fuck were not trying to push for civil rights. Like, no, honey. That's like saying today that evangelicals support Black Lives Matter. They don't. They pretty much hate black folks. Ask me how I know. So, I retweeted Eric, and I wrote, "How can you be so hot and so completely delusional?" And somebody replied with, "He is really handsome, isn't he?" So Mason Menega replied with something about how he's like, how Eric Metaxas is really handsome, and he is. And my response to Mason was, "I'd hit that. This is not true. I do not sleep with Trump supporters. I would never sleep with a Trump supporter." So, it was a joke. But people lost their minds on it. They were just like, "Tori, you are so gross." And I'm just like, come on, you guys. Like, this is, I promise I would never, like, it wouldn't even cross my mind, okay? Like, it's not even to the point of like, oh, let's go out and get a drink, Trump supporter. Like, it's not gonna happen. It's not. Sorry. I might go get a drink with a Trump supporter if they gave me like $1,000. You know, $1,000 for 45 minutes, no sex. I'm into that. It's so far removed from like anything within the realm of possibility for me that I'm like, yeah. Anyway, so for those of you who are really concerned about me, I am not going to sleep with Eric Metaxas. He's just a very troubled, very handsome, really old white guy who's kind of a silver fox. Again, I can't help what I'm attracted to. Unfortunately, it happens to be someone who's like ethically and morally a monster. Okay? I'm not actually sleeping with it. Although he hasn't blocked me yet, and I think this is because my current Twitter profile picture is literally my boobs. Like, literally my boobs. So, like, not even wearing a shirt. So I think that is what has kept me from catching his very, very active block button. So, anyway, yeah, good times. Eric, please go fuck yourself.